my channel. Um, I'm someone who's here to help somebody with their anxiety, depression, giving up on themselves, self-doubt, self-loving. That's me. Somebody to help with this type of mindset. Okay, today we're gonna be talking about giving up what you don't know. Like, giving up what you don't know, like flood our minds up with so much stuff as of things that we don't know. Like because we could flood our minds up with situations we think is ours, or situations that we think that we can take over. Or like, cause like with anxiety and depression, you would tend to paint pictures in your head that's not really yours. That's not really yours too. That's not really yours, and you don't want to accept it. You don't want to accept it as well because, like I said, giving up what you don't know. Because everything is really like an illusion. Everything is a thought. Everything is a until you put it into a picture of something, like, let's say, like, because when you have anxiety will and depression will like have a lot going on at one time. Like, you would have a lot of pictures going on at one time. You would believe a lot of things. You will believe a lot of things when you have depression and anxiety than if you don't have it, because it's just like a child. Like a child would believe anything, or a child would believe anything what a person say, especially like an adult. Because I say like, when I was like in third grade, and I think I was about 8 years old, and that's when discovered, like, well, I didn't discover it when I was a child. I just realized it like when I was like 25, 23. Like, because I asked God, like, when was the first time that I stopped loving myself, or I stopped looking at myself in the best way, or I stopped uplifting myself, or when that depression started or anxiety started. And for some reason, I kept seeing the number 8. I kept seeing the number 8. I kept seeing the number 8. And then finally, he revealed it to me, like, that is the reason why. Like, and then once me and him sat down and we went over like my story, my childhood, like everything that I went through as a child, it all started to fold. Like, okay, now I get why I have anxiety or depression or self-love, self-doubting, self-support, or trust issues, or like trust issues and stuff like that. That's when I found out, when I was dealing with depression, anxiety at the age of 8 years old, because that's when I experienced a lot of. But that's when I first discovered like a lot of down talk, or a lot of discussions, or a lot of got the most hate at, when I started getting hated, or like when I started like looking at myself in another light. Like, I stopped loving myself in a way that I would usually love myself at the age of 8 years old. Like, I've had like plenty of time when I like experienced like a lot of hate, and then it's when I start like looking at myself in another light, like not loving myself, not looking at myself. Like, I think, like, since I was a child, like that's when, since I was a child, to be honest, I always had like suicidal thoughts, or like thoughts of like I always had that. But now I'm at a point of like, I'm not gonna let anxiety and depression, take me over because of what what like life throws at me. I'm not gonna let life control me in a way in a way that it wants to control me. Because if I imagine a child, like going through depression and anxiety, and you don't really know what it is, because I wasn't talking to nobody about it, and I was been like this since. I mean, it was so bad to the point that I had to get out of school. I had to drop out of school because it was getting to the point that that anxiety and depression was eating me up on the inside. Like that anxiety and depression was feeling so much of that I just wanted to like lay out, like to the point that I wanted to like give up on certain, like just give up, really just give up on life, because that's how that's how I was growing up. I didn't talk to nobody about it. I didn't give it to nobody. I didn't, everybody had their own problems. I even knew that as a child. Like everybody had their own problem. I'm not finna come and put my burden on you. Or I know you probably like you talked about it with your mother and stuff like that. Not really. Like I probably like would tell her the things of what's going on in school and stuff like that. But I ain't never like just really talking like my like depression and stuff like that, or like I didn't even know it was depression back then. I just ain't never told her about like the thoughts that I had, or like the things I wanted to do. Or that's why I'm like being by myself. I'm always by myself to this day. Like I would sit by myself. Like I would sit by myself, especially especially when I was in school. Like I didn't mind like sitting by myself. I didn't care about it being by myself. But it just taught me to like trust myself, trust who I am, become my own best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like once you know how to, once you learn how to like, control your anxiety and depression and stuff like that, you will know how to move in a certain way. You will know how to look at it differently. Cause I don't look at depression, anxiety the same like I used to. Usually I would let it, have me worked up, or like usually I would have it like have me all over the place. But now I just smile at it. I just laugh at my depression. I just tell my depression and anxiety, look, you don't got no room in here no more. You don't live here no more. You don't have no say so in here no more. Because you're not finna break me. You're not finna put me somewhere that I'm not trying to experience. You know what I'm saying? Like once you get yourself out of that mindset, you would know how to move. You would know how to swing to left to right and keep going straight. Because it's all about the narrow path and keep going straight. No matter what things throws at you, no matter what it throws at you, you just have to keep looking forward. You have to keep moving. You have to keep believing that the things that you see is just an illusion, and the things that you don't see is your reality. Once you really like, put yourself in a position of thinking in a spiritual way, or thinking in a godly way, you will know how to control your way of thinking. You will know how to control your way of not letting life, or your anxiety or depression take over you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm all about self love and self respect, self knowing who you are. Like, cause life can, don't let life throw you something and you think you can't throw it back. 'Cause one thing about me, I just let God take over, let Him control it. 'Cause it's out of my control. Like I can't do nothing about it. What I'm gonna do about it? What am I gonna do about it? It is out of my control. Right now, let's talk to your kids nicely. Talk to anybody kids nicely and respectfully, because it sticks with them like glue until they're ready to give it up. Until they're ready to give their trauma up, their child trauma up. And please believe, like if you just talk to them nicely and respectfully. And don't get me wrong, I have my days where I have to, come back and tell God, like, just, parenting, you know what I'm saying? It will get you there, and you want to, spaz out and stuff like that, but you can put your mindset back to God, because once you do that, let God have it. Let God control it. Let God finish it. You know what I'm saying? Talk to yourself in the best light as you can going through those depression and anxiety. Because it's all about smiling. It's all about going through it. Going through it. Going through it and keep going through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, talk to your kids nicely though, because you never know. Because that's when, like I said, at the age of 8 years old, when I finally realized that, I gave myself up to this worldly stuff, gave myself up to this anxiety, being sad all the time. Or even, sometimes you wouldn't even notice I'm sad. I would just hide it with my smile, or I would just hide it like anybody else would, just hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you don't want to come, give somebody else your problems and stuff like that, run into somebody else's problem when they have their own problem. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just gotta do the thing that's right for you. Do the thing that's lifting your spirit. Do the thing that God is telling you to do. Cause keep going, keep moving, keep celebrating yourself. Keep celebrating yourself, because anxiety and depression is hard. It's no joke. Keep fighting through it. Keep going through it. Keep picking through it. Keep telling yourself that I'm going to go through it, but I'm going to finish it, because God is with me. God is on me. God is protecting everything that His. So do what's right for you. Don't give up. Smile through it. Know that God is with you. And yeah. So thank you guys for watching my video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Stay positive. Stay positive. Keep your head up. Keep moving. Keep going forward.